Shalom, shalom. First thing foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations be to the hopeful elect, brethren, noise in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is an article here from the People's Voice. It titles, UN troops to be deployed across U.S. as Pentagon prepares for civil unrest. Now, remember a year ago when Title 4D expired around this time last year, when Biden started to let these so-called migrants, and I call them so-called migrants because we knew that was an influx of troops like nationals and nationals, Iranian nationals, Chinese nationals. You had what's these other people called Ukrainian nationals, and Ukrainians are over here training and doing particular exercises for a war. Okay, and we've been saying for a long time that these people that they are letting cross the border indefinitely are military men, military age men. Now, this information has been coming out across the board. We've brought it out. Alex Goldenbone Jones brought it out. Redacted brought it out. A lot of people have brought out this information. Okay, because it wasn't nowhere in hell that these people were coming across the border and there wasn't any children or women with them. Now, I've noticed that they've shed more light on the Northern Kingdom, like the Brazilians or the Venezuelans and people that come up from Central and South America as being the ones that's the problem, but noticing that not really shedding light on are these Iranian nationals, you see. And a lot of those sleeper cells and a lot of those Venezuelans and men that come from South and Central America, a lot of those are sleeper cells too, and a lot of those are paid agitators. They're being paid by Esau to do things to start off civil unrest, like breaking into homes and looting and stealing and beating people up. Like one guy was beaten with a tire rack. You know, we tell you, man, Babylon is getting ready to see some shit. So, yeah, man, hey, the Lord's getting ready to purge this place. You know, because we got this presidential selection. I don't call it election because presidents are not elected, they are selected. Okay, you have what they call the electoral college, which puts the president in the form of power. But years down the line, even decades perhaps, a lot of times they know who's going to sit in the seat of the president of the United States, which this is just a corporate, it's all a joke, you see. But I have this article here to basically shed light on what we've been saying, because not only what we've been saying, this information is actually in the scriptures. Okay, it's biblical. Okay, there's several scriptures on how to land or how the armies that's going to invade from the north was going to come to Babylon, and we understand that that's talking about Russia and different allies of the Eastern Bloc. But at the same time, the Lord said, I will fill thee with men as caterpillars. So these men have been coming across the border for the last 10, 15 plus years, probably longer. All right, so it ain't just start last year. Okay, you have millions of these men, and they gonna have their way with you Americans, especially you women. Okay, because your men are not apt to fight. Your men are too soft. All right, but it says the Biden and watch this. When they shipped the American military to the Middle East to defend the country, you're gonna start to see blue hats on your streets. Okay, and it says the Biden regime has agreed to allow thousands of UN troops to be deployed across the U.S. in anticipation of mass civil unrest. And they're called peacekeepers. They're not called peacekeepers for nothing. Okay, they do exactly that, keep the peace by eliminating you. You know, also, damn, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. But anyway, to come back. But it says, according to the report by Greg Reese, the UN is directing the migrant crisis in America with contingents of its own forces embedded in the military-age migrant caravans to activate civil unrest at a later date. So it's basically playing double agent. And they're going to have in league with FEMA, because when you have things that's going down on a national scale, that's when federal government gets in. Okay, you got the states, which, you know, the National Guards and, you know, the reserves, like you got the reserves, and then you got the Army Reserves, and then you got the, what do you call, not the platoons, but it's another one that comes in at the Army, basically the backup, so to speak. So you got FEMA, which is going to be an acting agency and the jurisdictional powers over these particular FEMA regions to activate these troops, okay? Like prime example, I believe Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and I believe not Illinois, but it's another state that harbors. I believe we're all in FEMA region number 7. So FEMA region number 7 will be responsible for deploying mass amount of troops in this region, okay? FEMA Region 7 won't have any jurisdiction over FEMA Region 6 because FEMA Region 6, they have their own jurisdiction. But regardless, this is going to be on a national scale. But not only here in America, you're going to have troops in Germany, France, you're going to have them in the UK. Because really Esau's power structure, he's trying to implement civil unrest and cause turmoil to the economy because overall, they're going to use these soldiers to push that MOTB. All right, and a lot of people they're going to detain and they're going to give you the ultimatum. Well, look, either you take the MOTB, you can get out of prison, or you're just gonna die here, and it's gonna be a real life or death thing here in a little bit. It's all cute now, but it's gonna get real. So we gotta really tap into the spirit. But it says military age migrant caravans to activate civil unrest at a later date. Now remember, I don't know if you brothers remember, but I'm gonna say roughly a couple of months ago. You had this one particular national. He may have been an Iranian national, or he was from some part of the East. But basically, he said, "Yeah, do you know what I am?" He said, "You're gonna be sorry in a little while." And he was really popping idle threats at you people. And I say you people because at the end of the day, we ain't gotta worry about this. Lord's will. But this is a video here by Alex Jones, and I'm not gonna play his video because basically, YouTube, they will take this shit down quicker than it goes up. All right, but he said breaking UN troops to be used inside the U.S. for civil unrest. That's a 30-minute video, and I am gonna check that out. But I'm gonna check it out after I do the video and get more information to kind of extrapolate what he's saying and probably put it to a different lesson, because we can go forever with stuff like this because this is prophetic, man. Okay, and I like getting into things like this because it arms your mind to be prepared for it, man. But the key word is military age migrant caravans to activate civil unrest, meaning you're going to have men that's set up to do things that seems to be inconvenient, blowing up convenience stores, gas stations, blowing up trucks in the middle of downtown areas and blaming it on another group of people. And before you know it, you got the blue hats that's deployed to your streets with M16s, and they'll shoot you down, okay? But it says the southern border of the United States is wide open, and the federal government has been conducting a wide-scale criminal operation of flooding the country with unvetted foreigners. Unvetted, meaning they shouldn't be here. They haven't been proven to be who they are, or they are basically not supposed to be here. It says distributing them across the United States and providing them with homes and financial support. Remember that one Hamite guy, he had a card, and he said, well, yeah, we're military, and they put our funds on his card every month. So I remember it was a video that Jake was like, man, y'all Jakes better wake up and get ready for war, homie. He said, these men sitting at the edge of your streets, he said, that ain't natural. Okay, it ain't natural for Hamites to be hanging on the city corners. That's Jake, that's shit Jake do. Jake hang out on the corners, man, and do craziness like that. You don't see Hamites doing that. You don't see Moabites sitting at the head of the corners. That's shit Jake do, But it says here, been conducting wide-scale criminal operations of flooding the country with unvetted foreigners. And you people are not ready for it. Like, I go outside, man, and I'm looking around. And these people are not ready for civil unrest, man. Okay, I don't give a damn how many guns Esau claim to have. They ain't ready because it's going to take them as a storm, okay? Like the scriptures say, I was afraid from the floods of ungodly men. That's what this is talking about. It says, country of unvetted foreigners, distributing them across the United States and providing them with homes and financial support. It says the GOP's talking point have been, this is all about election fraud, because we're thinking that this thing may take place prior or before the election. Okay, because to be honest with you, they do not want another selection. They don't want Trump to miraculously win, because I'm going to tell you like this. If it is an election, okay, and if it is an election, it's highly likely they won't be able to rig it, okay? I mean, they can rig the numbers, but I guarantee you in real time, Donald Trump is going to blow this dude Biden out the water. Okay, like he technically won last time, but somehow he didn't get the seat. And if Trump wins, hey, there's going to be... I said there would be pockets of civil unrest, but if Biden wins, that's when shit really gonna go down, man. Okay, because most people, they want DJ Trump in. They want Trump. Even the people, the liberals that voted for Biden, they want Trump in office, man. Because they realized with Trump, the economy was a slight better predicament, and people had more money in their pockets, and energy bills, gas, everything was pretty much decreased. Trump had us down to $2.49 gas prices, and when that war in Ukraine kicked off, that very day, I saw gas go up $1.30. Okay, but it says the GOP has been talking point have been that this is all about election fraud, but has this been happening across the Western world for over a decade? Wow. This is something far more sinister than election fraud. So this is what I'm saying. They've been bringing these people over here for decades, man. Okay, these people that you see in your bodegas and your Walmarts, and they got jobs. Hey, they live regular civilian lives just like you and me. You know what I'm saying? They go to work every day. They pay their little so well. I mean, they don't pay their bills. They get financial support. They buy their little cars, man. They go to little work meetings. They, go to the baseball games. They go out to dinner. They playing rugby and all that other shit. When double agent, but when time comes, they get that beck and call. That's when the black suits gonna come on. Okay, the black suits and the blue hats. And I say black suits because this is gonna be more of a black ops spec. Gonna be more of a black ops military movement. So so you can expect to see them in a black car with a black fatigue this time, man. You may have them in their traditional gear first, but overall, when they really cut the power, that's when them boys gonna come in black, man. And when they have black, that means that's a private military force. And basically, if you were black, you're considered a mercenary. And mercenaries are basically gunners for hire, and they do whatever they're told. Raping, murdering, beating, whatever. They gonna do what they gotta do, man. You 2/3, you're gonna get caught up right in this fucking flood. All right. So let me get a precept real quick. This is the book of Luke 21, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 17. It says, "And ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there should not be a head on your head perish," right? Because the elect, we gonna be cool. Okay, the Lord gonna give brothers abilities to get out of these situations. He's gonna raise up a standard. So supernatural things are gonna happen. Angels are gonna intervene, and the Lord's will bless certain brothers with abilities to be able to do things, man. Because these men are gonna come in guns blazing. I'm talking about, you ever seen a motherfucker do a raid at 4 o'clock in the morning? Or heard a raid when it feel like the building is coming down? That ain't gonna have nothing on this. Okay, that's why David said, he says, the flood of ungodly men made me afraid, man. Okay, when you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, go get you a sip of water, and you get ready to, to cleanse the kidneys by, pissing. All of a sudden you hear some shit outside. And I've seen these things in visions. I've seen it in spirit, bro. I've seen how they came in, and the Lord showed me a vision, But you hear something outside, and all of a sudden you see people running in the building. And the thing of it is, they ain't gonna come in one way. They're gonna surround the whole building. Okay, they're gonna come in the front door, the back door, from the roof, okay, through the windows. And they may just torch you out of your house, to get you up out of there. So you think you're gonna go out the back door unless the Lord gives you a way, then you through. And I'm really speaking about the 2/3, man. Because we gonna Floyd Mayweather, I think, through this. We gonna dodge them shots. Because that's one thing Floyd was good for, was defense, man. That's why he was hand down one of the greatest of his time, because his defense was pretty much unbreakable. Though he's a piece of shit as a man. I don't like him as a man, especially because he sold Jake out. But regardless, I cannot deny his boxing prowess. Floyd Mayweather is a phenomenal boxer. Anybody that wants to be world champion, that's why Tank is so good. Adopt the playbook that Floyd Mayweather played from, and you can't go wrong with that. But it says, in your patience possess your souls. It says, and when you should see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the destruction thereof is nigh. Okay, and Jerusalem this time is talking about the Israelites. Okay, we're not in our physical land right now. So Jerusalem is the people, our people. So they're gonna go to these hoods. They're going to go to Keisha, because they're sitting back there watching you act the ass on the internet. They watch you with this independent woman shit. I don't need no man. They watch how you do your men. They watch you beat them and kick them out of the house and give them over to the child support system. And they're watching you being single mothers, hot girls, boss bitches. And these troops, they're just salivating on a day to get your ass, man. And they going straight to the hood. And guess what? You ain't gonna have no men that's gonna be there to protect you. And even if you did have a man, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing with these men. These men train for this shit. Okay, look up the UN on how many great allegations they got against them over the years. You're gonna drop your jaws and that like, oh wow. Because one thing about these men, military men, hey, spoil is a big part of their duty. Okay, don't think that the American military don't go to different cities, different countries and pillage and great women. You had military men that came out and mentioned it. They said it. They was like, we go to other countries, we kill unjustly, we harm, we grape. Okay, they be going and doing all types of shit to these women. And they are families of these UN troops that has been caught up in America's shit because America go to other countries and do the same shit they finna do here. When America go to different countries, they're basically mercenaries for hire. They do the same thing. So what you think these UN troops gonna do to your woman? What you think they're gonna do to your children, your little daughters? You know? Oh man. This is gonna be bad, man. Okay, the scriptures say that the daughter of Zion, she's gonna be ravished. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Daughter of Zion. I think that's in Zechariah. Zechariah, the 12th chapter. Matter of fact, let me just look this up real quick. I'll just put in ravish. Oh, Zechariah 14. Yep, it says, Zechariah 14:2, it says, and I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city should be taken. Hey, this is talking about them troops, and the house is rifled and women ravished. When you go into that word ravished, it means to take. Matter of fact, let's read it in the King James actual bind. I can get the definition of it. Let's go here. Zechariah 12 and no fuck, what I keep thinking 12 for. Zechariah 14 and 1. And it says here, behold, the day of the Lord cometh. All right.